Welcome to another episode of Most Man Out There. How y'all doing out there? Please like, subscribe, ring the bell, smash that subscribe button. Comments. We need some comments, boys and girls. Rumble. Come to Rumble. We're on Rumble. Smash the Rumble button, the like button, the subscribe button. We're on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, iHeartMedia. JoinTheMen'sClub.com is the website. Contact@jointhemensclub.com is the email if you want to reach out to us. So today, we got the boys back in the house. It's just a treehouse. Let your hair down, drink some beer, smoke some cigars, talk about whatever. But we got Timmy in the house and Tyler in the house.
The trifecta.
Yeah. So, yeah, man, today was a wild day, dude. That's what I was planning on being here by 1:30, but man, so I closed on my property today, or they close on it, but I earn us money and we'll close in like 2 weeks.
You're committed.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, I've got. So it's February, so and it's today's the 14th, so it's Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day out there, everybody. Give your woman a hug. Give your man a hug. Give him the day off. Give her the day off. Something. But at any rate, I was closing on it, and I was talking to a well guy today, because that's out there is where the water starts. It just a little bit further north is where it thins out, and there's none. So you either got dust or you got water. So I was talking to this well guy, and by the way, he's got a podcast on motocross and supercross. So that's all of a sudden he's like, how much water are you looking for? So I'm building my son a dirt bike track. Oh, wow, dirt bike track, and I was like, blah 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 blah. So we get into all that, but he raced professionally, and all his people. We got into people that we knew and all this stuff. But anyway, he drills water wells, and we start talking, and I'm like, man, and I'm not going to mention the guy's name, but this guy came in when I had the concrete company. Like we were sucking our well dry. Speaking of, like you used to be able to throw a rock down the pipe, and it kaboosh. And then after we got done with that thing, you threw one down, it dunk, no water left. So we sucked it completely dry. So I knew how to buy a new one. Is the only time we could pump water is after that's why my dad was always like, I gotta make sure the tanks are full, and because we could only run it at night, because we sucked while everybody was at work. We sucked it all the way down to the table. And then by the time everybody else got home, that thing would just barely piss. Like it sucked until there was no more water, and it's like, boom, 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 boom. So we'd turn it off, and then everybody's fucking in the shower going, They're like, does y'all water do the same thing? I said, yeah, don't know why, but it does. But anyway, we're talking, and because he was like, you might have to do a storage tank system and this, that, and the other. I said, I'm familiar with all that. But the guy that came in and saved the day on our well, I'm not, because he's a local boy, but super, super good dude. We started talking. I said, man, what happened to him? And I knew what happened. He died on the job site.
Hmm.
And I kind of heard, the jury was out on kind of how it happened. But here's the thing: his son was there when this happened. So he's doing a guy a favor on his water well truck. Okay, drilling for another guy to show him how to. He bought this thing like out of a graveyard or something, right? He's like, can you show me how to work this thing to where I don't kill myself or hurt myself? You know what I mean? Like I haven't. Like only the old guys know how to run those dinosaur trucks, right? So he's going out and all he's doing is helping a guy learn his new rig, or his old rig. Well, the hydraulics were hooked up backwards. And have you ever seen them drill? Or it's the same thing they do when they drill oil. They have to They drill, then they have to unscrew it to where they can screw the next pipe on.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So there's in the oil field, they use chains instead of wrenches.
Yeah.
Right? Well, it was hooked up, and on water wells, they use wrenches because it's much smaller drill pipe. It's not an oil derrick, right? Well, he went to hit and it does it with force, because when you're drilling through fucking rock and all sorts of shit, that stuff gets tight. I mean, it's tight together. So you gotta have the wrench in place, but what happened, and you put it up against something to where that takes the brunt instead of, something on the rig to where that piece of steel
stops the wrench
instead of you having to hold on to it.
Because you can't hold on to it even if you try.
No, hell no. Well, the hydraulics were backwards, and he went to hit it, and that wrench snapped, and the end of it went straight into his heart. It killed him instantly.
Man.
But his son was there, dude.
That's crazy.
Fuck. Helping somebody out.
Talk about no good deed goes unpunished.
Yeah.
That saying came true that day in spades.
Yeah, man. So we talked about that, but then, so he's got a podcast, Tyler, that he wants to, we're going to do some collabs. He's a cool guy. He's your age. You're a little older than him, but he's your age. But he's a sharp business guy, but then his podcast is on. We didn't have time to get into it. Like we told each other we'll talk tomorrow. I was like, dude, I got to shave. I got to get out of here. I don't want to shave with you on the phone. So, but yeah, he's been doing it for about a year or two, and that's what he said, man. I said, man. He's like, this shit ain't easy. It looks easy on YouTube. It looks easy. He said, man, this fucking thing is hard. I said, fuck you, dude, I know. It is. I said, don't give up, though, because he's like saying the same thing. He was like, and I just said, let's talk about this on air, because it's not just me talking is my point. This guy's like, man, I have put a lot into this thing. He said, and we're barely getting. I said, man, it's
like any business, man. You got to get the base.
It's a 3 year. Yeah, it's a 3 year. Once you get momentum, you can't. And that's where I'm at right now. And that's what I was doing last night before I.
Yeah, it's not like you're a pro athlete and got name recognition, and you start one of these things, and you already had. 500,000
platform already.
Followers. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but
like if Ted Nugent had one of these, I'd listen in a heartbeat, because I want to hear what Uncle Ted's got to say. Because
well, but it's
hell, he might. Maybe I need to look him up.
I was talking to a friend of mine the other night, but I was doing all my budgets. Like I was laying out my budget, like what the next 3 years look like. How long I can go. I'm committed on this property too.
Right.
So I don't want to go back to, so I just laid out my 3 year plan last night, and it was like, okay, we're there, like the momentum's there, I laid out. So that's what I did. I'm going to finish it tomorrow. My bank, I'm going to take all the money that I have in that bank. I'm taking it. And speaking of, we need to go to the bank and take your name off the bank account. I mean, I don't care, but that's the last thing that's left.
Yeah, they won't. They quite won't let you do that, will they?
No, no.
There's a reason for that.
Well, but I'm gonna take some of the money over there. You know what I mean? Like, I've got it sprinkled like the FDIC limits.
Oh yeah, you don't want to get caught with your pants down in this day and age.
Well, no, fuckers, man. Somebody bought on Black Friday. I was on a fucking plane on Black Friday. No, I was on a plane on Thanksgiving. I was in the middle of the what is it up there where I went? That
national forest deal up there?
Yeah, well, it was Yellowstone National Park. I was the only dumbass up in the Yellowstone National Park, driving up a mountain with 10 inches of fucking snow and shit on the ground.
Blizzard warning.
Yeah, with nobody in the park. Yeah. I was like, man, if I slide off the hill, I'm fucking dead up here. There ain't nobody coming looking for me.
Yeah, blizzard warning warns you that a blizzard's coming. You're already in the blizzard and going, well,
I don't live in the mountains. I came in and I know that I couldn't see the Yellowstone National Park out the window because it was snowing so fucking bad, but it wasn't that bad on the ground. Once I got out of the plane,
I'd just take me a white piece of paper right now and go, "Hey, Mark, I'm in the national park with you." I can't see shit.
Yeah, no, but so I'm in the Yellowstone National Park. But anyway, some asshole, I don't know how they got my debit card. But they bought 2 Denver Bronco tickets on my debit card, $480 something a piece. So we caught it. My bank caught it, and they said, okay, we're going to fight this for you. And I said, good, because I didn't spend it. Because you can see exactly what I do. I mean, I'm so fucking routine oriented that my day-to-day purchases are exactly the same every day, at the same places every day and every weekend. So it's easy to track my shit. So, they call me and they said, well, we're going to have to take the money out of your account because Ticketmaster said that their website is G3 or 3D, like supposedly fraud proof. So,
like the Titanic was sinking proof.
Yeah. Yeah. So no, just because they say that, Ticketmaster just said that their website is, fraud proof. So we're just going to take
your fault.
Yeah. So we're just going to take the money out of your account. And I said, hold up a second. I said, you take that money out of my fucking account, I'm coming to take all my money out of your bank.
Damn straight.
It's $1,000, and it's the point. I said, now, give me the case number or give me. I'm going to call Ticketmaster. This is bullshit. I said, well, there is no case number. I said, what? I said, okay. So there's all this going on, and y'all are disputing this, and there's no claim number, no case number, no any number anywhere? No.
Yeah, how are you going to reference this when we bitch about it tomorrow? We got to start all over again?
Yeah, so you want me to do the work. I'll do the work. Give me Ticketmaster's phone number. Give me some type of number to where they can reference it. And they said, well, you're just going to have to tell them the date and the amounts. And I'm like, what the fuck? If they're so perfect over there, then why can't they pull up these 2 tickets with my debit card number? If they're so perfect, right? So, I said, give me. She goes, well, I got their phone number right here. If you want the phone number, and this is the level of most man moment. She goes, okay, here's their number, 8178. I said, that's my fucking number. Can we get to the other number? This is how much you got your head in the game, you fucking idiot. And, yeah, and this, I think it's right here. And I'm like, do you have zero number? Like, give me the phone number, but you have no number referencing anything about this purchase to anything? No. I said, you're in control of my money. Yeah.
Not anymore.
No, and she wanted me to be thankful. She's like, well, I even spent an extra couple of hours on this trying to work this out for you. So it doesn't sound like it.
So if you had a case number, you could have settled in about 5 minutes. 2 hours of chasing her tail.
Yeah. So I'm going to, that's why I didn't mean to bring that up, but I'm going to yank my money out of there tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's what I told them today. And they were real timid on the phone because I told her, I said, when that happened, I told us, and I was busy as shit. I was in the middle of doing that whole Duns and Bradstreet shit.
Oh, yeah.
And now, thank God it's a lot easier now to do than it was back then. But like, I had to have it done before our next meeting with this app, or we can't launch our app. So it had to be done. and my printer's not working. I've got people call. It was just a day of fucking hell. I said, I am about to drop every fucking thing that I'm doing, and I'm coming up there and I'm yanking my fucking money out of the account. Oh, we don't want you. We'll get back to you, and we're gonna really try hard for you here, to get you your money back. And I said, I better have a call back by 2:30, or I will be up there. I've got things to do, and I better have a phone call by then, or I'm coming and shutting shit down. If you want one of these first, Tyler, you can.
I wonder if they know somebody bought Denver.
They never called me back. And I guarantee you I'm one of their biggest account holders. There's more. I'm sure there's more. But
we show up to the Bronco game and go see who's sitting in those seats. Grab them by the neck.
Fuck, it's done.
I mean, they probably – but I'm just saying, if maybe these people are stupid enough to actually go to the game, they bought 2 Denver Broncos seats.
Well, here's the thing. Can you here's the thing. If Ticketmaster is so perfect, if somebody did just take a picture of my debit card and use it over the internet, they don't know my zip code. They don't know my
PIN number, nothing.
Yeah. Address. Supposed to ask for all that stuff.
They always seem to do when I try to buy shit legit, it whips my ass. Well, how is it that criminals can get shit done all day long with no problem? I can't access my own shit,
Expedite.
Yeah, I don't have a fighting chance of getting through. Well, what's your username? Hell, I don't know. It's this. Well, no, it used to be that, but we made you change it. So what is it now? Hell, I don't know. And you can't use the same one. Criminals know how to work this shit. I don't. It's brutal.
Yeah, well, Ticketmaster's always been a bunch of fucking assholes anyway.
We call them ticket bastards.
Yeah.
Way back when. They were the only people you get concert tickets from a million years ago, and you had to go stand in line.
Yeah, well, they had a monopoly on the whole thing too.
Yeah, they did.
Who was it that took him to task? Was it Eddie Vedder or Pearl Jam?
Yeah, I was going to say there was a few bands, but I think they were the biggest.
And Metallica too, I think.
Yeah.
Luke Combs is one of those guys that's like, look, I sell my own tickets because I'm not letting Ticketmaster, I want them to be able to come to my show. I saw a video of him the other night, or he had a concert the other night, and he wasn't feeling well. And he told his fans, he said, look, I've got something going on with my voice. And he said, before we start this concert, I want you to know that every one of y'all are getting a refund. Because if I can't give you 100%, y'all aren't paying for this show. We're going to give you our best, but I don't expect you to pay unless we can deliver the best.
That's the way it's supposed to be.
He gave every single, and he sells out fucking arenas, dude.
It was probably one of his better shows, too. There's probably people leaving going, fuck, man, we hit the jackpot. I don't need my money back for that.
Well, I mean, let's just say it's $20. It's $20 a ticket. How many seats are in, and what's American Airlines seat?
Shit, there ain't no seat for $20 when they play them arenas.
No, he sells his tickets. He doesn't let anybody else.
But no, I'm still just saying they got to be $40-$50. I'd guess all day long.
No, he does. He sells his own tickets on his website.
Well, I understand that.
He pays the fee to rent the venue, but he does not sell his tickets through a third party.
Luke
Combs. Yeah.
I'll just look up a Luke.
Well, no,
I'll do it while you're talking. I'll look up a Luke Combs.
No, how many seats does American Airlines Centers seat?
For basketball, it's 17,000. And so for a concert, they don't sell shit in the back, but they put people on the floor. So probably 12 or 13 or something there. 11
with the floor?
12,000.
With the floor?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people on the floor.
Yeah, but there's a whole lot of seats behind that they don't sell, upper and lower deck and all that. So it's really only like a half arena or 2/3 of the arena and the floor. So it's probably, I'd say a solid 10,000.
I think it's more than that.
Well, the bigger the show, the more the shittier then the obstructed view comes in and all that kind of shit.
His shows are big. He's like one of the big guys right now.
Yeah.
He's one of the big boys in country, like right now.
I've sat in some obstructed view seats back in the day that were royally badass. I mean, because you're seeing stuff nobody else can see.
No, I saw AC/DC in the nosebleeds, but I was right in line with the stage.
I'm talking from like behind or around the side, or like when you were videoing the ZZ Tex bunch. I mean, those views we had from the side, but even if, back that up quite a ways, it's still, I'd rather be there than, off to the Joneses somewhere.
Yeah. Well, it's just say it's 15,000 people. That's $300,000. It's a lot of money to give up.
That's before anybody buys a beer or parks or T-shirts or.
Yeah. I bet you they get a piece of that too, don't they?
Absolutely. Well, it all depends on how the contract's written, but, I'm sure there's standards of how they do it. Some bands get a piece of the beer, the alcohol sales, and some they're like, nah, you can have all alcohol sales. We'll just factor in, X amount of dollars. That way there's no shenanigans on skimming and how many beers really got poured out of a keg and,
Yeah.
Hell, nowadays you go to this shit in these big arenas, they don't even take cash. You got to have a credit card to buy everything. When all
don't take cash?
Man, Texas Ranger game. No cash. No,
really?
Nothing. No, hell no. You can have a suitcase full of money, 5, 10s, 20s, 100s, but you stuff it up your ass because that's about all you can do with it.
Well, but think about those. That's almost the carnival crowd running those.
They got to. But check this out.
It's running the concession stands. That's a pretty sketchy bunch of people. That's why it's no cash.
Yeah. Well, and the dudes going up and down the aisles, and there's a lot of.
Yeah, there's ways to put it in the left pocket instead of the right pocket.
Yeah. But they do it's kind of a reverse ATM machine. You show up with cash, you put the cash in the machine, and it spits you out.
Coupons.
Well, a debit card. Well, a
prepaid card.
Prepaid card, and then you can go buy all the fucking beer you want. But you had the stuff. You got to go stand in line with all the other people with cash. I mean, I'm not comfortable just handing my credit card to.
That's what I'm saying.
Swinging dick.
That's the only way I could think that these people bought these tickets on my debit card. So I'm not using that motherfucker on anything anymore publicly.
Yeah, it's brutal. You go
because that's the thing. That's the thing. It's a debit is like cashing a check. Once it goes through, it's done. It's like cashing a check.
Yeah, then you got to fight to get it back.
Yeah,
that's why a credit card's better because you can dispute the charge or just not even pay the frickin' bill.
Yeah, well, I didn't need to blow that in your face.
It turned around and headed out. It didn't even get over here.
I don't know who fucking put that fan in, but it fucking works.
Need to mount a big old commode right under it. The greatest fart fan in the history of man.
Yes, sir.
Blow it out into
the neighbors.
The warehouse.
Yeah.
The neighbors have a divert. The neighbors piss you off. Just have a little.
I didn't know that your bathroom that you have to. I was like, man, there's no fart. It's the women's room.
My bathroom's the women's bathroom.
I know. Well, I turned yours on. It sounded like a fucking jet engine.
Oh.
Did you notice that in the women's bathroom, because that's how they get away with their shit not stinking, did you see that little air freshener at the top?
Oh,
that you just walk by and pull the string to. The men's room doesn't have that.
Discrimination.
It is discrimination.
For sure.
Yeah, because obviously our shit stinks worse than theirs, so mine automatically comes on.
Yeah, never shuts off.
No, that's been part of the psyop. Their shit stinks more. That's why they got the air fresheners and we don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't drink as much.
And they don't fart either, do they?
No.
Well, they don't eat as much beer and bratwurst as we do, so, tofu and lettuce.
Yeah.
My wife, anyway.
Speaking of, let's break these brothers out. This is my new Trump hat, dude. This thing's got 24 karat gold.
Turn sideways. Let me see that flag over there. Yeah, that way. Look at that.
And then it's got the hallmark.
Oh, looks like Trump Tower.
Yeah, all his brand. Yeah. But we're coming out with our own hat. It says "Make Alphas Great Again." But so I'm gonna break out the hats. See what everybody thinks. This is option 1. So we're not going to be able to get the traditional, the 3-point. We're gonna get close.
Okay.
But I think he gets his shit is his shit.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because I've got 1.
You got to stay away from copyrighted stuff.
5, 6, 7, 8 over here. Now we can choose our colors, but they just sent these free to where we could choose which ones we want.
Okay.
So that's the first one.
You got an old rope around it there, huh?
Well, it's back in style, man. All my sons and his friends.
Really?
Oh, every single one of them are wearing these rope hats. Every single one of them. That's what at first I was like, where in the fuck did you get that hat? When I saw it, I was like, are you
museum or something?
Are you kidding me? No, they all wear them.
Hell, I probably got some back in the back of my closet. It'd probably be collector's items,
Yeah, no, and the older the better. They like the older ones.
I got a million old hats.
No, they wear them. The older and the more random, the better it is.
I bought about.
It could mean nothing. It could mean nothing, and they'll still wear it.
I bought about 5 Elvis hats way back when, and it was the stamp that came out for Elvis. And I've given them all. I know I at least got one, but I know I just gave one to Neil not too long ago. I forget the amount on the stamp is like 13 cents or something. How long ago has it been since stamps were 13 frickin' cents? I could have, maybe it was 18 or something.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's the Elvis stamp on the bill of, the hat.
Yeah. What do you think of this one, Tyler?
I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah. It's got no, that's got the curved bill.
Is it going to have white lettering on it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So to go with the rope?
Yep.
Yeah. Got the old air holes in it.
Put it on, Tyler. We don't want to mess Tim's hair up.
There we go.
I like mine baseball style.
Yeah, I do too. I'm not into the flat bill. I have a few flat bill hats. This one's getting closer. It's got a point. Here, toss it back to me, and I'll recycle them.
Yeah, I don't like the big billboard front hat thing. I'm kind of more of a lower. But I got a million hats, man. I need to go dig through and see if they're in. That's what I'm going to start doing. Every time I come up here, I'll bring some obscure hat.
I was shocked, but it's true. They are into them. These actually feel pretty good, too. We want to vote on them, Tyler?
I vote red.
No, we can get any color we want.
Oh.
And any they just sent these
just
for free, just to let us pick which ones we wanted.
Okay.
So we can get any color we want.
Oh, I see. Okay.
They're just all different styles.
Okay, I see.
So
You're talking styles more than
put
color.
that one. You're gonna have to take that hat off, Tyler, and
I mean,
we're test running them right now, baby.
That's got a big old monster billboard ready to say
Don't
something.
bend all the bills yet.
But see, you're such a big dude that proportionately it doesn't stick out like a sore thumb.
Well, yeah, when you're 7'8", any hat looks like a regular hat to Tyler.
7'8", Sasquatch over there.
I remember the first time he walked through my door at the old studio. I was like, Jesus Christ, dude, don't hit your head. He almost had to duck coming in. I was like, shit.
I mean, I think the red's drawing.
Well, hang on, I still got 6 more.
The red's drawing me in, but because it has more of the baseball cap look, I'm liking it, the build of it a little bit better. But this one has that higher crown.
Yeah, we got like 8 different styles. We got 6 left.
I mean, from my head, I would say this one so far.
I'm leaning towards,
But that's why I took this one over there too.
Yeah.
Just
okay.
like ours. So she's going to order some of those too.
Okay.
So which one, Fave out of those two.
I would pick the red, even just without being the color.
I'm leaning towards the red.
Okay, so
style. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'm just going to take my headphones off completely. We'll have to deal with it.
See, white's a big player in Texas because the frickin' sun will cook your brains.
Yeah, but they get
hat.
dirty. They get dirty quick.
They do. So you got to buy another one.
Or wash it. All right.
I had a thing for a while. I don't know what happened.
I think these are kind of the same
yeah.
model.
It was it's plastic thing. You put the hat in and it closed over it. You put it in your dishwasher.
Yeah, I've got two of them.
Yeah, those things work good. I don't know what happened to mine. Hell, I ain't washed a hat in a while. That's looking.
Well, fuck it. Is there cardboard in those? Check, see if there's cardboard.
No.
There's cardboard in this one.
Nah, they haven't been in the other ones. Yeah, it's kind of almost like the same red one.
As the red, yeah.
Pretty close. I think it's different, but it's close.
It's a little. What brand is that? This is a better brand right here. The Richardson.
This is Port Authority.
Yeah, this is definitely better than that.
Okay.
So much
Just
for
put it over
Port
the gray.
Authority advertising over here.
Our sponsor of the day, Port Authority.
This one's got a higher. This has got a higher.
Hey, we're not saying it's a bad hat. We just said that one was better. That's all we're saying.
Hang on.
That blows me away that the rope thing's coming back.
It's back heavy. Every hat that she's embroidering in her place over there is all of these. This one's less structured. It's more, but it's still got the.
Maybe you're trying to smuggle a bag of weed into a concert or something. You stick it up there at the top. Look at there.
Hell yeah. You're real high with the hat crown.
Yeah, I mean that's like Mount Everest from the bill to the top over here. I think that's just too.
I think that's closer to these MAGA hats. I think because it's so.
No,
without the writing on it, it kind of also changes the.
Oh, look, the bill folds up too.
Yeah.
Oh, vanilla ice,
baby. Ice, baby. That one's kind of bitching.
I've never met Boom, but I feel like this is something Boom would wear. A hat like this.
He'll wear anything.
Can't see his eyebrows. I don't know you, Boom. I've never seen your face. I'm just guessing.
Boom can rock anything.
Boom would be like country gangster.
Well, Boom's the dude that he wears the old fashioned, like before that shit came back in style. He was the only one wearing like the old pearl snap button ups that. You know, everybody was like, that's out of style. And he's like, fuck yeah, that's why I'm wearing it.
I hadn't seen him in so long. If he walked in here, I probably wouldn't even recognize it being
he
him.
looks the same. That fucker can't gain a pound.
Yeah, but I'm saying I'm just, still just. If he walked in, I might put it two and two. But like if I stood next to him in the grocery store, out, just totally random.
If he started talking, you'd remember him. What about this one?
It's getting closer.
It's got the big high. It's stiff though.
Is it?
Yeah.
I think it's hard to pick like this just because you don't have the context of, the writing and the, how it's going to look once it's.
Yeah.
Sometimes these bigger, taller ones, it's hard to, the manufacturer to get them squared up just right. A lot of times you'll notice if you get free hats from somewhere, they're all, they're like the reject hat. That's why, they're the bills, sewn in all cattywampus and, somebody wants 100 hats, just going to give them away at some promotion. They're generally the reject hats.
Oh, so it's got the curved bill on this one.
Yeah.
Okay, the other one was flat. And a bigger rope, too.
Yeah, I'm more of a curved bill kind of guy.
For sure.
Yeah. Well, and what they were saying about these is that that they don't make like they do their embroidery first and then they build the rest of the hat.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So it's like a plate, or what do you call it?
It's all this fabric is there, but they do the front first, and then they sew the rest of the hat together. They do all their embroidery and then build the hat. But this part's already here. The front, the bill, and this.
Yeah, I can see how it's.
But it's
different.
flat, and then they build the rest of the hat.
Yeah, I can see it's slightly different.
Okay.
Who's a winner chicken dinner out of that? I like both of those.
Yeah, I like both too. That's tough.
Put them in that pile. I think this is the same one on what we just. Yeah. This is the same one.
Yep.
This is the same one as this one. I think the rope's smaller though. No, it's the same.
Yeah, all the other ones with the rope have a contrasting color, where that's the same color.
Fuck, these are all this. Hang on.
You got 300 hats over there.
No, these are the last two. These are all the same. Maybe the ropes are a little bit here. Try see if feels like it's a little bit more pronounced up front, doesn't it?
Definitely.
Oh, you look like a train engineer or some sort.
Yeah.
Working for the railroad.
Yeah, we need to get some striped ones. The railroad striped. Yeah.
Bring the railroad back.
And then we could get like the railroad overalls and make Alpha's great again on the overalls.
Yeah, my buddy Jim that died out there at the lake.
Yeah.
He bought a set of overalls about a year before he died. And once he put them fucking overalls on, he wore them every day. Loved them. I mean, just.
I think these are all the same. Test them out.
So it's almost scary to get some overalls because they may fall in love with them. Next thing you know, I mean, maybe just constantly wear overalls. Hell, there's pockets all over them and shit. Oh yeah, this has got some cosmic. Look at it. Look at the rope on there. Changes. It shape shifts the color. Look at that.
Shapeshifter.
Wow.
Yeah, I think this is much more pronounced, like you said too.
Yeah. I'm digging this red one though, man.
Yeah.
And the white one, and these. But I think these are all the same. The three you got,
they're just
different colors. Yeah.
Okay.
See,
they're all the same. Those are the same brand.
Yeah, this big frontal thing, I don't dig that if it was just the hat by itself. But if you're going to write a bunch of stuff on it, then
you want it to be cheesy to where people will look at it. That was the whole thing about the first MAGA hats.
Yeah.
It was like
they were the made in China ones.
Yeah.
Now they're made in America.
Yeah, that's a pretty tall deal. You wouldn't just in the old days you wouldn't have a hat that tall for no.
But
reason.
I think that Trump brought it back because if you look at old pictures of him, like back in the 80s and the 70s and all that, that was his style of hat that he wore. If you look at some of all the old pictures, that was the hat that was in style back then.
I didn't really picture Trump being a hat guy, being with
when
the hair.
He plays golf.
Well, yeah, there you go. Yeah. Well, that was interesting.
It's Fashion Day at the Most Man podcast.
It's Valentine's Day, baby.
Oh, that's right.
I just learned that the rope hat's back.
Yes, it is. It's back in a big way. I remember saying it to one of my son's friends. I was like, "Where the fuck did you get that hat?" And he was like, "Fucking dope, isn't it?" And I was like, "That's their saying it's cool.
Yeah,
it's dope."
I ran across that with my son some years ago. I was like, "What in the?" They're like, so it's dope. This is dope. That's dope. So he's on.
Or it's lit.
No, check this out. So he's on the phone with one of his friends a few years ago, and yeah, my dad just walked in, and he's like, "Oh, you know what?" I hear on the other side of the phone, "Hey, how's it going, Mr. Man?" I go, "Dope." And they both just laughed, They're like, "Oh, no, that was cool, but it wasn't." But it didn't fit.
You're
that
a little
way,
too
but-
old to be saying that.
Yeah, but it was just, how's it going? So I just kind of threw out the sarcastic dope. They got a kick out of it. Yeah, that's really not one of my. I'm kind of anti-dope in general,
Well, now the slang is like, what are your pronouns?
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Man, I went to a nice dinner probably 2 years ago, and there was this it was like a round table of the family, right? There are probably 10 to 12 people there, and I could hear the dad talking to his daughter, and she was talking about like the pronouns and shit, and he was just like so coy with her, and like oh yeah, what should we call you by? He was being so nice. I was like, dude, tell your daughter she's fucking retarded.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well, now everybody's starting to come up with the funny ones. Identify as
Well, people are going to push that over the top.
well, you
just
got
with
to
good
shove it
reason.
back shove it back in their face. It's just like, hey, I converted one, Tyler,
Did you?
on our new program.
Really?
Yeah, about all these people still wearing masks and shit. I'll walk right up to him and say, "Man, why are you wearing a mask? Are you fucking sick?
Yeah.
Why are you wearing a mask?" Because I want to. And it's like, well, but are you sick? Why are you wearing that? Are you sick? I mean, because I don't want to get sick. Are you sick?
Should have stayed home.
And this was at Costco. And I went. This was it this weekend or last weekend? No, it was this weekend because I went and got my coconut water. And I asked her, I said, "Where's your mask?" I said, "You look a lot," because she's a good-looking girl. I said, "See, now we can all see your beautiful face. She's a good-looking girl." And she goes, "Yeah." I said, "No, that fits you. You're a beautiful. Why would you cover that face up? You're a good-looking girl." She goes, "Yeah, I kind of." I was like, "Well, seriously, it's flu season, okay? That's why everybody say we all, you know what I mean? But I don't know.
When the mask.
But Tyler, she told me, she's like, "You got me. Like, you made me feel stupid."
Well, this is
That's one conversion.
one in the bank, man.
Yeah.
Hey, everyone counts because they influence people too. So this is what happens. We never spoke up the first time. We just let them run it over, like, because we didn't know what you were talking about. And this is what happens when you don't talk. Now you're speaking up and changed one, converted,
Yep. There's one for the.
and she'll repeat what you said too.
Yeah. No, but she said it. I was shocked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because I was like, I wasn't trying to be rude, but I said, "Man, you're a good looking girl. I'm not hitting on you, but
Right.
You're a good looking woman."
Yeah.
I mean, she's a younger girl.
Yeah.
Like early 20s.
Yeah.
And
That's all it takes, just speaking up.
yeah.
Honesty. All you have to do is be honest. Like you said, you're not hitting on you. Hey, you're a good looking person. Why are you covering yourself
Why would you
up?
cover that up?
It's bad marketing.
Yeah. Like that's the whole point of showing your beauty.
Yep.
Yeah. So one in the bank. Horn.
Ooh.
Know that.
Oh,
Wait.
it's over there.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Damn it. Yeah, we
Which one is it? I'll hit it.
It's the arrow. It's the blue one. Yeah, we need this moment. Five,
One for the
4,
conversion.
3, 2, 1. One in the bank. She'll influence 5 people.
Yeah. So, yeah, I thought it was good.
I need to get the air horn over here.
Yeah, I thought you had it on that.
Nah, it's on the road.
Can you put those keys on that?
Yep. Yeah, I'll have to find them. You can do all kinds of stuff. This shit's crazy. We're going to get much more intricate.
It's just a Stream Deck, though.
Yeah. Yep.
That's all you got?
Yep.
Oh, okay. I know what that is.
Yeah, are you sure?
Yeah,
This is a lot of work, man.
I know. Oh, so that's the technology you're using?
Yeah. Have you sure you've seen one of these?
Yeah.
Don't lie to me. Yeah. Inside joke. Y'all will never know.
Yeah, so is O'Shea coming up tomorrow? Are you putting him up tomorrow?
Oh, his video?
His podcast, yeah. Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, I didn't only got to hear the first half. That's when guy came in.
Right. No, but I'm just saying it was that. But I'm just saying you're going to post it because the other one came out today, right?
Yesterday.
I just got my notification today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I get it on my phone as soon as I post it. I check to see where it shows up. It was definitely there yesterday. I texted it to him yesterday too, so he saw it.
Okay.
Like, thanks. Thumbs up.
Cool. How many subscribers are we up to now? Do you know?
I don't know.
I think that because I told them I want to make sure that they.
$107.
Yeah, so I just need to make sure they're busy. But yeah. Hell, what else do you want to talk about? What time do we start?
2:55.
2:55?
Yes, we're 45 minutes in.
Okay.
46 minutes in.
On the ball, man.
Hell yeah. It's hard to see that clock from over here.
So what's the gambling routine now? Just on the weekends?
Yeah. For now, I'm making people follow my professional structure.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm leading by example. So I'm not taking the money that I have to go play. I started off with that free roll. It took me 2 tournaments to win it. So I'm taking that cash and putting it into the game. So the first day I made 350. Oh shit, no, I forgot. 335 or something like that. The second time I went up there, I lost 200. It was a tough table. And the last weekend I made 340.
I want to go with you the next time. Do you just go by yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go. I'll meet you up there.
Sweet.
Or I can come to your place and we can go up there together. Do you stay the night or you come home?
No, I come home. I'm not opposed to staying the night. I just I'm trying to lead by example. People will like do exactly what I do.
Yeah.
So make like a video out of it.
Well, I may stay. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll meet you up there because I'll play blackjack that night.
Okay.
Yeah. So what day do you leave on Friday?
It depends. I've mostly been doing Saturday, but I'm trying to figure out which day is better. I'm going back and forth. I just go by how I feel.
Yeah. Well, I want to go with you the next time because I want to watch number one and
you
learn.
Wants to watch.
Well, he's gambling. He's back to playing poker.
Gotcha.
So I told him I'd meet him up there. But you're only like what 45 minutes away.
It's an hour. Yeah, I thought it was closer because I was like I live in Justin, so I'm like, hell yeah, right through Denton and back up. I was like, I thought it would be a short drive, but it's like right at an hour.
Yeah, yeah, it's 2.5 for me or 2.
Oh wow.
To where?
Windstar? You at Windstar or where you go?
I go to Windstar just because it's closest to where I live.
Yeah. Windstar, the one up 35.
Yeah.
Is that Windstar? Because I know there's one off of 75.
Yeah, Choctaw.
Okay.
When I lived in Addison, I would either go. I would just pick which one to go to because I'm kind of in the middle. But since I'm way over to the west, I just go straight to Windstar up and down.
Now, Mark, it ain't that long for you to get up there. We golf up there in Oklahoma. It takes. I live in from Grapevine to
Aledo,
Oklahoma. Listen to this. It's quicker for me to get to Oklahoma, and that's 5 miles inside the border or something, than to go to Squaw Creek and Granbury. It takes me longer to go to Granbury from my house than it does to get to that casino in Oklahoma.
But it's 30 minutes here for me. Exactly, on the dot. Now, to be closer with this new, but here's the reason why I want to go the next time you go is because it's like I've only got a couple of weeks, and then on the weekends, I'm going to be out building my place.
Gotcha.
I want to have that thing. So it's February. And I started on the 15th or the 18th is when I signed my lease. So I've got February. So let's just call it March, April, May. So I've got 3 months to get my shit built. So all my weekends are going to be devoted to that.
Gotcha.
So I've got maybe 2 or 3 weeks. So, I mean, don't make special plans this weekend.
No, in fact, I planned on not going this weekend since it's Valentine's week.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So I planned on
just freshly engaged over there.
Yeah. Gotta plant some flowers.
Well, and the casino might be packed with Valentine's people road tripping. It's more.
That's
of a
easy
cluster
pickings
over
for
there.
you, though, isn't it, Tyler?
Yeah, that's when I go.
Well, then
But see, that's bad for me, blackjack. That's why I'll stay the night because I don't play until it's after midnight.
Yeah, it's the opposite for you.
Yeah,
That
I
makes
want
sense.
nothing but I don't want anybody at the table.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Because if you're playing with, oh, honey, should I hit? Oh, it's Valentine's, honey. Yeah, do what you want to do.
19. I feel a deuce.
Yeah.
I feel a deuce.
Oh, shit. When I was on that cruise, man, because we were hot. Like me, I won more than anybody. I mean, 20,000 is a good. That's a good run in blackjack. That's solid.
Good running anything.
Yeah, but you'll see if you stay the night, you'll see how I play. It happens real quick, and then I'm fucking gone. You know what I mean? Like when it gets hot, I'm playing 3 hands, $500 a hand. You know, and it happens quick. And as soon as I get up, and as soon as that thing, and if he goes to shuffle the shoe, I'm done. I'm out. Or I'll go back to betting $10 a hand, one hand.
Yeah,
But I want to learn. I want to learn because see. But here's the thing about blackjack. Is if you're not, that's what Tyler's trying to explain is this poker thing that he's doing. He's teaching people how to do it and walk away when you're up. Get up and walk away. And that's what you got to do in blackjack too. You can't be like, God damn, I'm down. Let me go to the ATM machine. No, get the fuck out of there, man. And if it's not hot, that's why you start out slow. But once it heats up, but, man, I mean, people would go to sit down, and I'd look at them and be like, look, do you know how to fucking play? Because if you don't know how to play, fucking go or I'm leaving. One of the two. Pick it. But the way to get out of that, too, is to go to the $50 tables where it's $50 a hand. You know, because all the – but that's why I want to learn what he's doing because it's safer than – because blackjack, I went on a run in Vegas all the times. I won every single time that I went up there. And there was one time that I just got fucking shellacked, dude. Lost like $7,000 because I was drunk, you know, and
broke your discipline.
Oh, because I was so pissed that I hadn't been, I'd been up so many times.
It's coming. It's due. It's overdue.
Yeah. No, I lost my ass. But the only times that but I want to learn how to play. He's playing Hold'em. And we need to do that on the podcast. We need to do a Hold'em podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before you go up there, you need to.
Well, but his game is game.
But it just if you just got done playing some Hold'em and you hadn't in a while or whatever, you know, then when you go watch, you know, you just got more of a understanding and feel. It's like people watching a baseball game. You know, you're sitting at the bar and guy throws a slider and it dives out of the strike zone and it swings and you get some drunk guy go, why'd he swing at that? Why would you swing at that? It's like, hey, have you ever played baseball? Have you ever faced a 90-mile-an-hour fastball that all of a sudden moves and it's not there anymore? That's why the fuck he swung at it, because he thought it was going to be here and then it was there. That's why the pitcher fucking did it. Idiot. You got some 60-year-old guy that if he fucking swung a bat, he dislocated his shoulder. He's fucking critiquing why the fuck somebody, what an idiot for swinging at it. Anyway.
Well, but his game is more safe. Like it's slower paced.
It lets you hang yourself.
Yeah.
Blackjack will come hang you because your money's already out there.
Well,
hold them. Yeah, you can just sit there with your thumb in your ass if you want.
Well, not really, but you can. It's slower paced where the money lost is not like what it can be.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
you know,
and you can have more fun because it's a slower. I'm not saying it's slower paced, but it's.
Well,
it is slower paced because everybody's got to decide. It goes around. It's your decision. You're waiting on everybody to decide where, you know, blackjack. You want a card or not? Yeah, boom. No, yeah, boom. Next, boom, boom.
Well, no,
boom.
and the hotter the table gets, the faster that dealer gets. He doesn't want to give you time to make. He wants you to make a decision, especially if you're playing 3 hands. Just boom, boom, boom. I mean, he is flying, and he's pressing you for a decision. You want to play 3 hands, motherfucker? Let's play 3 hands. And you've got to be able to think quick.
Well, then, Tyler, the question is how, when it's your, call or what, how much time do you have?
You can control the tempo, but when other players get too frustrated with you doing so, they'll call clock on you. Then they have like a 60-second timer to make a decision.
Okay, but what's the normal amount of time? But see, 60 seconds. You ain't got
It's like a shot clock.
No.
Yeah, 60 seconds. They'd already fucking.
They'll call. No, if you're making money, they'll call the pit boss and it's like, look, man, you're wanting to play 3 hands. You better start fucking playing, or we'll you're out of here.
Wow.
It's fast paced, dude.
But so if you took 20 seconds to make a decision, that's not a big deal, right?
It's not uncommon if somebody like has basically gone all in, or if they've bet a lot of money and you're like stuck. Everybody pretty much knows that, like
this is a serious fork in the road. Give the guy a minute.
It's normal routine to sit there and like be under pressure and try to think about all the things you saw go on the hand. How much money is this really worth? Like, people know that there's a lot of calculation in poker. But if you're one of those players who just does that all the time, they call it tanking. So if you just sit there and do it all the time, the rest of the table will get pissed because they all want to play too.
Because they know you already know what you're going to do, but you're just waiting anyway.
Yeah, because sometimes it's you're psyching people out when you do it too. Like usually the people on TV, like those pros some of the pros on TV that are like in the World Series of Poker and they've made it to the feature table and they're on camera. I mean, they're called pros, I guess, if they get on camera. But when they get to that point, a lot of times they'll just sit there and they'll let you lose your thought process and just sit there because it's a psychology thing. And that's what pisses everybody off because it's so retarded. I had a friend who made fun of that on Instagram. He was like reenacting what they were doing. He's just sitting there like this with his sunglasses on. And he goes, "It's your turn." The guy goes, "All in, call." Fuck. Because it's part of it is psyching you out with the tempo, because you think that you've collected all this information. You saw all these the rotation of the hands go on, how much you bet here, and here, and then you're like in this big decision for all your chips, right? So they'll sit there whenever you're ready to make a move. They'll sit there in silence and act like they're thinking. They already made their decision, but they're just acting like they're thinking. They call it Hollywooding. So just sit there and think.
So if you've been playing quick all night, not pissing anybody off, and then
they just want to slow you down to fuck you up.
No, but
sometimes.
No, but you're moving along and doing fine, and then you really do got the holy crap moment. The table will generally give you leeway on that because they know you ain't been schmucking the thing up, right?
Right, because, I mean, the table is also doing what you're doing. They're also calculating, watching, and they're trying to figure it out too. So everybody's pretty much on the same page for the most part in the circumstances. So for the most part, everybody's trying to figure it out just like you're trying to figure it out.
Well, so if some people have already folded, I guess in these games where you're paying by the hour to be there, even if somebody folded, normally you'd say, well, shut up. You ain't got a dog in the fight. But
that's a good point. Because when you played at the Texas Card House, you're paying per hour. So I think there's probably less leniency with that, like slightly. But at the casino, they're taking a rake. So you're not paying per hour. They'll take like maybe $5 per hand. So we're not as worried about like that hourly rate like at the Card House because it's like $13 an hour. So I know that I'm going to lose my hourly. I'm about to be charged another 13 hours because I have 5 minutes left on my clock. I need to see more hands. I want to get one more hand and we'll get out of here. So that tempo would probably speed up at a place like that where you're having to pay per hour. But at the casino, if you and I bet $3,000 against each other, it's a $6,000 pot. They're only taking $5 out of it. So we don't. We don't care about the clock too much.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. But yeah,
we might want to do one here before we go up there.
I'm thinking that's a beautiful idea. Just get it all fresh.
Is there anything I need to get, or do you have everything?
Yeah.
Beer and cards, man.
Yeah, I got everything.
Beer, chips, and cards.
Yeah, I got everything. I got cash chips, tournament chips, tabletop. You know how we had those little those little clips on the side of the table.
Yeah.
For these microphones, we might want to get those set up because it's
Is it a cloth?
Yeah, it's a felt thing. It's like an octagon, but it folds in half, so you unfold it. It's actually a blackjack table, but everybody uses it for poker too.
Right. So I've got the clips back there.
Yeah. Do you have one for every one of these? I know we have at least 2. I saw that. If we have 3, we'll be good.
Oh, the clips for these
For these.
should have 4. I've got more at my house.
Okay. I know.
I think there's more in the closet of the old where we first started out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've got a couple more in there. I think.
Okay.
Either one more or a couple more.
There's 2 here already. So.
Yeah, I probably got 2 more at home.
Okay. Yeah, if you can bring those up here,
yeah,
then we can fold all this out because it's.
Well, I'm saying I just got like those hand clips too.
Okay. Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah, but I'll bring those up here just so we have them.
Okay. Yeah.
Because we could use that to get these out of the way to where we're open.
That's true too. Oh yeah, and do them off to the sides.
Yeah,
it's not a bad idea. I mean, they might be in the way of those cameras, but we can figure that out.
We could put them over here.
Yeah. That way we can fold the table out.
Yeah,
across because it's a big octagon. So I mean, it's gonna come from here to probably like right past these. It's definitely gonna come past these. It'll probably be like right here.
Do we need to bring somebody to deal?
No, it's self deal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, so we because you know how in poker there's a dealer button, but it's like your spot a position on the board. So even like in these cash games, you have a dealer, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they're dealing for you, but you also have that dealer button where it's like moving around the positions of the table. So in these games, like what we would do, we would just shuffle up and deal ourselves.
Ah,
yeah.
Okay.
And the deal rotates because
every single hand.
I better be careful. I know how to deal off the bottom.
Hey,
we'll be watching.
Nah, fuck, I don't know how. That's gonna make me want to go home and watch Rounders tonight.
Oh yeah, good movie,
dude. I used to watch that. It's Rounders, Young Guns, Top Gun, Beverly Hills Cop. But I had a certain select back when it was VHS or DVD. I had a certain rotation of movies that I would go to bed to every night, and Rounders was like a year long.
I got a poker question, and you're gonna laugh at this. What's the when you're in and the other guy's half in thing? What do you call it? When you're
all in?
No, like the deal, you know.
Small blind, big blind?
Big blind, yeah, the small blind, big blind thing. So if you only have 3 people playing, isn't that kind of jacked up and weird, or do you need more people to kind of
so
we can bring Brandon.
I mean, do we need to recruit a 4th? There's 3, you know.
No, 4 would be badass, honestly.
I mean, because 3's 2's doable, but is 3, you know, is there a sweet spot for 3? The number?
Well, hang on, or boom, I'm calling you out, motherfucker. Come on.
Boom, even though I won't know who the hell you are. Come on. So 4 is primo. 4 is better than 3, I guess that's what I'm asking.
Yeah, 4 is great.
Is 5 too many?
No, the octagon could fit 8. What we could do is,
but I mean, to make
6.
the cameras and da.
Yeah, well, we would just because I have 2 wide angles, so I mean this one's all up in my face, but I mean I can put that further back to look here, and the same thing vice versa, so we could see whoever's in this seat and the table, and whoever's in my seat and this table. So we have 2 cameras that could see the board too.
Yeah, I just think the way it works with the small blind and the big blind with 3, it's
a more even rotation, but it's actually you can play heads up. Like you and I could just play each other, and you would have the dealer button, but I would be the small blind and you would be the big blind as the dealer. So it's kind of weird. You know what I mean? That part sucks. So even though you're on the dealer button, you have to put in your big blind too. So
we playing for real money?
No.
Just practice. I mean, I'm down for whatever. If you want to just give it to me, that's fine.
I mean, not the first time, for God's sakes.
Yeah. Now we can.
Wow, we can just bring $100 worth of ones.
Yeah. Yeah, you know
what? All right.
If you do play,
I bet you I'll get from my vending machine.
I'll get up $8 and leave.
or I'll go get like $100 in coins, like quarters.
Well, no, you just do the chip thing. You know, you just buy in. You ain't got to bring all kinds of weird money. You just do it with chips.
Yeah. Yeah, if you really want to get in the groove, even if you're rusty, playing for money is going to teach you the most. Yeah. I'm not saying that to take your money. I'm just saying, like, when I teach people and we play tournaments and stuff, they think that they've done really well by beating me. But I'm like, you're not scared. It's free. When you're actually putting money on the table, then you have something to lose. Even if it's
it'll change your thought process.
Oh, yeah. Just the adrenaline alone will teach you, like, okay, this is a real mistake.
Well, let's do it. $100.
Yeah.
Were you thinking about giving them a raise or a bonus or something? You just tell them, well, that's off.
No. Well, no. But how would that work if I just put like $100 in the pot? So we just have $100 to win.
I have cash chips, so the chips are in the
represent how much the cash is.
Right. So I have a whole. In fact, okay, let's say we did $100, right? So if we did $100, I have a whole bunch of $1 chips. So we could have 5 stacks of 20. So instead of just like one stack of red where we just lose it real fast, we can make like a hardcore $1 game.
So I'd have to have a bunch of change, like if you want it all, you get 100. You get so I'd have to get like 20s, 10s, 5s, and 1s, right?
We would do that if you wanted to stop. If your goal is just to go all in all the way and just power through that whole $100, we wouldn't need the change. But if you want to play like you would normally play and practice in the casino, you're like,
to where we could actually cash out.
We don't want to play two hands. Somebody goes all in, and then the fucking thing's up because somebody, I lost my 100. I had 2 aces, and I went all in. So structure it somehow to, make the long,
you can
longevity.
Well, if you do it this way, you can say that you're done at any time. Like, okay, I've had enough. But I think you'll be so wanting to learn so bad, you'll probably either make it or go through it. Somebody's going to have to rebuy, or you have to call it quits probably. No, we can. But the thing is, you can stop at any time you want. Hey, all right, that I'm done. But if it's only for $100 and we're doing it for like an hour, you're probably going to get.
But so here's what I'll do. Okay, I'll put up the money. Okay, and y'all buy in, but I have the money already in there, right? Or do I give y'all each $100?
No, we'd all three like put our money like in the middle of the table, and we'd stick it off to the side. But I think you're asking for change reasons, right?
Yeah.
So if you brought like 100 ones, for example, or whatever, or 20s or 10s or 5s, then you could do exact change. Because if you just stopped at whatever time, then you'd have.
Because in Saudi Arabia, we used to do casino nights. We would do Vegas nights, and we had a craps table, we had a roulette wheel, and then like 5 blackjack tables. And the prince that I worked for, he would put up like 700,000, 750,000 reals, which is their money over there. But that was the house, so people had to come in and give actual reals to buy chips, right? We would make money on those casino nights.
Yeah.
A lot of money, because we're selling drinks.
Mm-hmm.
We're selling drinks, and we're putting up the house money. And there were times where we doubled our money, if not tripled it.
Yeah.
I mean, we made money on those. I wasn't really a part of that, but that. So how does that work? Like, say I put up let's say we just do this, we do it on the regular, right? Say I put up $1,000 in the house, right? And we have to buy those chips. And we use that $1,000 for just shit around here. If the house wins, it buys shit for around here. Does that make sense?
Well, it would be for.
Or do you? Or
for poker, it doesn't really work like that. It works for all the other casino stuff,
right? Yeah,
because in poker,
nobody has the house doesn't have an advantage if there is no house.
The house is just taking a rake off of our hands. So we're all playing each other.
Well, I'm not trying to make money. I was just trying to think.
No, because that you'd go to jail probably to have a game where the house is making money.
Yeah.
But everybody just playing even head to head.
Right.
That no harm, no foul.
Yeah, the house can't profit in Texas.
It can't.
Nope.
Okay.
They charge by the hour and a membership fee. That's how they make their money. Right. They're not making it off of the game. They're making it off of the.
Well, see, this is why I want to learn this. This is why I want to. Yeah.
Even them though, their process, it's so like, It's they have a certificate of occupancy that they're getting in the gray areas. So they found like a loophole, but I know that they've got like a politician or something that's allowing them to do it. I think it was on city council or something. So like even the Texas guardhouse, still iffy whether even what they're doing is legal or not. I think I've probably made enough money to fight whatever comes their way, unless they just get sued for the entire thing or something.
Well, I think they probably allow it to go on because they want gambling in Texas. They want casinos here.
Yes and no.
Cuban's a big pusher for it.
Who's they? That's
Cuban's a big pusher for it. He's trying to get a
as many theys for, you got as many theys against. I mean,
right.
There's theys.
But it's just like the Texas lottery. Like all that money was supposed to go to the school district. That's how they got it passed.
And
none of it does.
And our schools suck. Our teachers suck.
Yeah.
They're all communists. I hate to say it, but
when I say I'm saying they did that for. That's how they sold it to the public, that all this money,
absolutely,
lotto system's going to go towards our school systems and all that bullshit. It never did.
I remember that.
Lower property taxes and blah, blah, blah.
Oh, it's going to be the greatest thing ever.
Yeah. And then they come up with a $50 billion surplus. It's like, well, how about you give her our fucking money back?
Yeah, I didn't mean to say all teachers are communist. A solid half.
Yeah.
And probably the half that are probably don't even know they are. They think they're, freedom fighters or some crazy ass term other than
it's not that
they're communists.
They are communists, but here's the thing. It's just the school system in general sucks. You can't blame it on every teacher. It's just our school system sucks. The curriculum that they're shoving down their throats sucks.
Fucking nerds took over everything, and then they're like too pussy to understand identity politics. Oh. Everybody got so freaking anti-right Christian.
I ask my son every day, and it's not because I want to know what he's doing in school, but I'm like, what'd you do in school today? Nothing. What'd you learn? Nothing. He hates it. But then there's the only reason why I think that, they're not going to public school. They're going to private school, but it's the engineers, the architects, the doctors, the stuff that you need education for. That, there's a reason for that. But just the algebra, what the fuck? Have you ever used algebra in business before, or any kind of scenario?
Yeah, you kind of do. In a sneaky way.
On the low level algebra, but not the high level shit.
Yeah, the concept of it. But see, me being an AC guy, and if you're selling hamburgers, no, you don't use algebra. But if you're
you use trigonometry.
Yeah, with sheet metal and trig. Yeah, I mean there's. Yeah,
no, I understand that.
There's a lot of math goes on in.
Oh, a lot of math in construction for sure.
Yeah, in construction.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out how, because I'm building my house. I was trying to figure out how to, instead of buying trusses, like pre-made trusses. I was either going to go that route, or I was trying to figure out how to build a hipped roof, to where you cut all your shit yourself and you don't need trusses. Fuck me, man. There's some fucking math going on there to make all those cuts. Some serious math. Yeah.
Yeah, you need a miter saw.
No, they were using squares. They were using square. I'll show you. It's hard to.
I just built a house. If I built it, Neil built it.
Well, a miter or a skill. You can do the same thing with a skill saw that you can with a miter.
Well, but my point is my house doesn't have a 90 degree. It's got like I don't know what the angle is, a 30. So the house goes this way, and then it doesn't do a 90. It does it that way. And yeah, there was a whole lot of making all that shit fit.
Well, you got to know what you're doing. But once I watched the video, I was like, okay, if I just practice this, I could figure it out.
It's kind of like poker. Just practice.
But it was the first time seeing it. I mean, I've framed all sorts of square shit or rectangle stuff. You know what I mean? Where you just nail flat end to flat end. But yeah, when you got to make a point and you got to make all the cutouts for them to fit on your top plate, yeah, there's some shit going on there. Boom knows how to do all that shit. He was an old framer. And Steve, I don't know, did you ever meet Steve?
I don't think so, or if I did, I don't remember.
Oh, you'd have remembered if you met Steve. He's a Renaissance man, dude. He's done everything. He used to be my deckhand on my boat.
Remember, we had a podcast early on about Renaissance men. That was fun, man. You probably never saw this one, but yeah, we were just talking about how people today they ain't got a fucking prayer compared to
Steve's the guy that fucking
fucks that.
Steve. Speaking of framer, he used to frame, and one of his guys came to work for me when I had the insulation company, just because construction was down and needed a job, this, that, and the other. And his name was Roddy, and I was like, so what was it like working with Steve? Because Steve is just one of those guys that he's the one that he helped me and my dad in Port O'Connor put up the red iron, like the big A-frame or the red iron for the building.
Mm-hmm.
And he can do anything, man. This guy can do anything. I was like, what was it like working with him? He said, man, the first day I went to work with him, he said it was lunch, it was right before lunchtime. He said he took a piece of cut off 2x4, and there was a fucking rabbit going through the job site, and he took that fucking board and bang, fucking hit him in the head. He started a fire with the 2x4s and fucking cooked him for fucking lunch. Dude, this guy doesn't have hands, okay? When he shakes your hand, his hands are so calloused, okay? It looks like fucking paws, like how rough a dog's paw is, from walking on shit. How leathery that's what his fingers were like double the size. And when he shook your hand, by God, you better have been fucking ready, because he'll fucking break it. Yeah. Tough motherfucker, dude. We were at the coast one time. They had this algae going through the water, and we were going offshore fishing. And because there was no weather that he was scared of. There was nothing. He just wanted to go fishing. Okay, so this is how this trip starts out. There's this disease in the water fucking killing people. If you have an open wound on anywhere, and you get this shit in you're fucked. You're gonna have to chop your hand off or your foot or whatever.
Yeah, okay. And the shit was like antibiotic resistant.
Yes,
all that shit.
Yes, it was bad. I'll think of the name of it here in a minute.
Liberals.
But so we're leaving, and he's like, Captain, we need to catch some bait before we go, man. And hunting and fishing is his deal. Like, if the world goes to shit, I'm fucking finding Steve, and I'm following his ass around because we'll eat good. But you know how barnacles and shit grow down in salt water? Okay, so he's got his fucking cast net. He's throwing his cast net trying to catch perch until we figured out how to catch them, the easy way. He got his cast net snagged on some barnacles. And he was like, fuck, man. I was like, dude, just cut that fucking rope and I'll buy you another one. No way, man. I've had that cast net for 15 years, man. I'm not parting ways with that thing. I'm getting it. And he goes down there, and what is it snagged on? Fucking barnacles. Well, he's got these open, remember those sandals that you had the straps that strapped over and you had open, it had a thong.
Like Crocs or something?
No, not Crocs. Before Crocs got popular. These were popular before Crocs came. It had a flip-flop bottom, but it had these, like you strapped it in the front, and then it went around the back of your foot, and then you strapped it over.
The Jerusalem Cruisers.
Yeah.
That's what we call those, Jerusalem Cruisers.
Yeah. So he gets down there, and he's like, fuck! And I'm like, what? And he's like, fuck! And he comes back up, and he gashed his fucking toe wide open with this disease in the water. And he gets on the boat, okay, and he's like, we're fucking going. And I'm like, dude, you just fucking, I'm going to wait for him to get back in here to tell the rest. This is fucking insane, dude. This will tell you how crazy this fucking guy, that's what I'm saying. If you met him, you will not forget him. He's your height, too. He's big, tall. They call him Slimmy. His brother named him Slimmy. He's a big, tall, skinny guy, but he's fucking strong, dude. But, yeah, let me wait for him to get back. And I'm going to light me up another cigar anyway.
Oh, yeah.
These are cigars. These are not joints. These are little cigarlos. So if anybody's out there thinking I'm smoking a roach over here, I'm not. You tell him to grab me another beer. Tim, grab me a beer, will you? Will you grab me a beer? Yeah, a watermelon. Dude, that fan works fucking good, man.
Yeah, it does. I gotta watch that smoke go that way all the time.
Man, I'm gonna have to graduate to the big cigars again, man. I'm telling you, these things.
Yeah, I see why you like them. Especially being cold outside.
Yeah. You can motor through one real quick and get what you need.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I waited on you to tell the rest of the story. I don't know if I don't know if you've heard this yet.
Yeah, I heard about we're going, and you're like, no, this is nuts, and that's
dude. Cool. I mean, people are fucking like. There was a guy that lived 2 streets over that he barely survived this. Okay, and they had his heel looked like they took a fucking ice cream scoop and scooped out all the skin out of his heel. That's how deep they had to scrape all this shit out to save his foot. Okay, so it was real. The stuff was real. And he's like, "Nah, we're fucking going, man. We got bait." He's like, "Fuck that cast nut. You owe me a cast net, but we're going." And I'm like, "Fuck, okay." And I just had a bad feeling about this whole thing. This was like the first time that I was going fishing overnight too. Like we were going to go out and do an all-nighter, right? Of course, we already started drinking because we made the commitment that we're going and we're going to stay the night, right? So, and I could tell my dad was saying the same. He was like, "Man, I don't know about this." And I was like, "I know, dude. Everything about this trip has started out wrong. Like my engines didn't start right up. Like things weren't going right." And so we start heading out. And everybody through the jetties, the big jetties right before you get to the Gulf, everybody is fucking catching because the redfish run just started. And he was like, "Man, we could stop here and just catch one. Let's catch our limit before we go out. That way we can just come back in the morning." And I'm like, "Steve, there's blood all over my fucking boat. And it's rough as shit." He's like, "No, there's one spot at the end of the jetties." And he was like, I was like, "Dude, we're going to have to anchor up, and I don't want to anchor up." And he's like, "I'll do all the work, I promise." And so he gets up there to set the anchor, and my dad's like, him and Steve were good friends. Pat was his go-to. "Pat, I need your help," right?
How old was this guy?
He's probably your age.
I mean, at that time.
I'd say 45.
Okay.
43, 44, 45. Yeah. Because I met him when my daughter was born. So, yeah, he's your age. 45, 46, 47, somewhere in there. His 40s. And, man, he goes up there to get prepared to set the anchor, and this huge wave came through. Huge. And this will tell you how big the wave is. Listen to this, Tyler. You never saw my catamaran, did you?
No.
This was not on my Marlin. This was on my catamaran. Dude, so I had 2 spikes at the front of my boat, and the spikes were big as around as my finger, okay? And it's where you lace the rope up for the anchor cord, okay? So they're like that long. You don't want it coming off. A wave came through, and he was up there sitting at the front, and my dad was crawling up on the bow of the boat to give him a hand. And this wave comes through, and I swear to God, same height as my console that I had on my other boat and the T-top.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them, I saw my dad's ass go. I lost my dad's ass because he went above the T-top. He's 6-7 foot in the air. Both of them. And Steve comes landing down on his ass, right where your ass cheek starts and your legs begin. That fucking spike drove right through his fucking leg and his ass. And then it ripped. It ripped it at the same time. Okay? And he was like, "Fuck!" And I thought it was his toe bleeding. there's blood running down my because he's already 10 Budweisers in. He drinks Budweiser Red. Never changed, no nothing. Marlboro Reds and Budweiser Reds. And he's like, fuck, Pat, help me get down. And dude, he just takes his shorts off. He was like, tell me how bad it is. And my dad gets underneath there and he's like, lift your balls up, you know. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? And dude, it went all the way in that far, okay, and then kind of ripped it backwards, okay. And then my dad was like, Steve, it's bad. We gotta go to the hospital, man. Like, we gotta go. You're bleeding out of two places, bad. He's like, fuck no, we're going. Go get the first aid kit. He said, break out the alcohol pads. Because we had these big pre-made alcohol pads. And I'm talking, they're big, 4x4, and they're drenched in alcohol, 100%. And he said, Captain, get me another beer. He said, Pat, he said, give me a cigarette. He said, on the count of 3, he said, I want you to shove that whole pad up there, like to disinfect it. And he said, then I want you to throw a Band-Aid on it so it stays there. And man, I've never heard a guy fucking just like, God! And he's like, Band-Aid. And my dad's like, boom. Of course, you know how my dad is, you know, fucking freaking out, fucking it up and all that. And dude,
Fucking it up.
we get out there.
There's no way not to fuck this up.
Yeah, it's fucking, the waves are huge.
Everything's wet. A Band-Aid ain't sticking to nothing. There's blood coming out. I mean,
yeah. And finally, I just said, fuck y'all. We're going back in. Okay? Take him to the hospital. And he's pissed at me. Like, he's in the back of the truck, fucking pissed.
yeah,
that
you're a traitor.
Yeah.
There was partying, there was fishing, and you're a quitter.
Basically, yeah. Like, he was pissed that I was taking him to the hospital. He's like, I don't want to fucking pay a deductible, you know? And I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Like, you could die from all this. Like, what the fuck are you thinking, man?
How you're still alive at this point is a fucking question.
Yeah. So we get there, and I'll get to this point real quick. So we get there, and he's pissed. Speaking of trannies, okay, this will fit for the LGBTQ community out there. We're all drunk, okay? I went to go pick up one of my friends that wasn't drinking to drive us up there. We're all sitting in the waiting room. We're fucking hammered, and we're all going back out to the truck to slam a few more beers or whatever. So I come back in, and all of a sudden, all of us, these people walk through the door, okay? And all of us were like, holy fuck, she is hot. And she came down and sat right next to me. And I was like, hey, what's up? How you doing? I'm doing just fine. And I was like, whoa. All of us were like, fuck. And we all took the bait. We all took the bait. The fucking man, dude. And we all were like, God damn, you see that? What's walking through the fucking door? We all fucking took the bait.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, so on the way back, he's like, well, I won't tell this part. I'll tell you after it's done. But he doesn't give a fuck. I was sitting back in the back seat with him. I hadn't smoked weed in fucking forever, dude. He said, well, this is the perfect time to bust the news, Cappy. He said, I don't care if you like it or not, but I'm smoking a bowl on the way back. And I was like, fuck, I'm with you, dude. I got so fucking ripped. But he ended up being fine. But that's what I'm talking about. That's how I could tell you so many of those stories. Yeah. No, there's a couple times we got caught out there that I'm begging to God, like, I will eat all my peas and fucking carrots if you will just please get me home. He's like, it's not that bad, Captain. You want a beer? And I'm like, what the fuck, man? What scares you? He wants to come on here too. Dude, that guy's got fucking stories You'll just sit there, just that same look that's on your face right now.
We want to see the scar to make sure that this ain't a bullshit
It
story.
ain't a bullshit story, dude.
Get him on the table. He can hold his nuts up. We'll check this scar out.
I will be on the other side of that computer producing when that happens.
He's the nicest guy you'll ever meet in your life.
So would they stitch it up or just put a cork in the hole?
They stitched it up.
Yeah.
It's what he said. And here's the other thing. He drags his right foot. And it's because he broke his fucking foot on a job site. And he was like, fuck that, man. The doctor's just going to tell me it's broken. He walked on a broken foot till the motherfucker healed.
Jeez.
I didn't see that one. But I was like, dude, why do you drag your right leg? And you can see him his foot grew back this way. He's a man that I'm telling you, dude, this guy, yeah. Because I asked my brother-in-law, I was like, man, I need a good guy to go fishing with me that knows what's up. He's like, I know a guy. They work together at the same machine shop. This is when my sister and brother-in-law were still married. He said, I know a guy. He said, but you're signing up for a fucking wild ride, boy. Oh, me and him have got some I'm telling you, when me and him get on here and talk about some of our fishing stories, dude. Yeah, it's crazy. They're epic. He's a crazy guy. How long have we been on?
I was just going to say, we ought to wind this down and then maybe even do another shorty where we just frickin', this kind of shit right here.
Yeah. Y'all want to end it?
Yeah, we're an hour and a half in.
Perfect.
All right, well, I'm going to shut her down. Ready? All right. Rumble. Come to Rumble. Please like, subscribe, ring the bell. Smash that subscribe button. Ring the bell. We need subscribers because that's how we build this. Come on, please. We need some comments, too. Get it interesting to where we can talk to y'all. Rumble. We're on Rumble, iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, iHeartMedia. JoinTheMen'sClub.com is the website. Contact@jointhemensclub.com is the email to reach out to us. Y'all have a good night.